Mickey Haller's office is the back of his Lincoln, and his whole deal is setting the innocent free. But what happens when the hunter becomes the hunted? For season 4, Mickey's new office is a 6 by 9-foot cell, and he's been framed for a brutal murder. He went from the best defense attorney in Los Angeles to inmate number 747, fighting for his own life from behind bars. So how does the world's best defense attorney end up accused of murder? We're breaking down the entire story of how Mickey was framed, who was behind it, and the one brilliant move he uses to turn the tables. This is the entire story of The Lincoln Lawyer Season 4, which adopts Michael Connelly's darkest novel for the character, The Law of Innocence. The season slams the brakes on Mickey's life, picking up right where Season 3 left off. After being pulled over, the police make a grim discovery, a dead body in the trunk of his Lincoln. The victim is Sam Scales, a former client Mickey had recently tried and failed to collect money from. The evidence looks absolutely overwhelming, a setup so perfect it's almost elegant in its cruelty. For the police and the DA's office, it's an open and shut case, a disgruntled lawyer, an unpaid debt, and a body conveniently stashed in the suspect's own car. Enter the season's new formidable antagonist, Prosecutor Dana Berg, a legal shark so ruthless she's earned the nickname Death Row Dana. She immediately paints Mickey as an arrogant killer who thought he could outsmart the very system he works in. Berg files for first-degree murder, using a letter Mickey sent Sam about the fees as proof of motive. To the outside world, it's a slam dunk. Mickey Haller, the man who bends the law, has finally broken it. His bail is denied, his assets are frozen, and he's shipped off to the Twin Towers Correctional Facility to await a trial that everyone thinks he will lose. Mickey is trapped in a seemingly airtight case, prosecuted by an opponent who wants nothing more than to see him buried under the jail. From his jail cell, Mickey has to practice what he's always preached, the law of innocence. He decides to represent himself, but he isn't completely alone. His first call is his ex-wife and ace investigator, Lorna Crane, who now has to become the general in a war fought on multiple fronts. Lorna, already drowning in law school and running the firm, has the immense weight of Mickey's freedom dropped squarely on her shoulders, and the strain starts to show. She has to coordinate the entire defense, manage the business, and just hold everything together while her world falls apart. Meanwhile, Cisco, the firm's legwork guy, hits the streets. Only this time, he isn't just investigating for a client. He's trying to save his boss and friend from a life sentence. His investigation is dangerous from the jump, as he starts to unravel the last days of Sam Scales' life. The first real break comes during Mickey's bail hearing. The team knows the police are illegally listening to Mickey's calls from jail, so they set a brilliant trap. Mickey gets on a recorded line and feeds Lorna a fake story about a stash of emergency cash and a plan to flee to Mexico. Just as they'd hoped, the prosecution uses this illegal wiretap in court to argue against bail. In doing so, they expose their own misconduct. The judge is furious, but still sets bail at a staggering $1 million. Mickey is out on an ankle monitor, but he's a long way from free. This small win proves Mickey's team can still outsmart the system, even with their star player on the sidelines. But it also confirms their deepest fear. Someone powerful is pulling the strings, someone who can manipulate the justice system from the shadows. With Mickey out on bail, the investigation kicks into high gear. Cisco and Lorna dig into Sam Scales' business dealings and uncover his final con, a fraudulent biofuel scheme run through his LLC, Air King Trucking, and a shady client named BioGreen. This wasn't just a small-time scam, it was a sophisticated operation designed to fraudulently rake in millions in government subsidies. As they peel back the layers, a familiar and chilling name emerges from the depths of Season 2. Alex Gazarian, the construction mogul with deep ties to the Armenian mob, who also goes by Alex Grant. Suddenly, the motive is crystal clear: revenge. Mickey cost Gazarian a fortune when he successfully defended Lisa Trammell, ruining a massive real estate deal in the process. Gazarian has been holding a grudge, just waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Framing Mickey for murder wasn't just about sending him to prison, it was about destroying his life and reputation, using the same legal system Mickey manipulates so masterfully. The investigation reveals that Sam Scales was working with Gazarian, making him the perfect pawn to be sacrificed in this elaborate setup. The stakes escalate dramatically when Cisco tracks Gazarian. The pursuit leads to a chaotic encounter with Armenian mobsters where shots are fired, and the confrontation ends with Gazarian dead. The man who framed Mickey is gone, but his death only makes things more complicated. The one person who can connect all the dots is Gazarian's terrified girlfriend, Janine Farino, who saw everything. Though she provides Cisco and Maggie with key information, she's petrified of the mob and is nowhere near ready to testify publicly. The personal toll on Mickey's circle mounts. His daughter, Haley, is bullied so relentlessly at school over the case that she has to be sent away for her own safety. And in a devastating blow, Mickey's mentor and friend, Legal Siegel, passes away, leaving Mickey feeling utterly alone in his fight. The most shocking twist, however, comes from Maggie McFasson. In a stunning career move, she quits her job as a prosecutor to join Mickey's defense team as co-counsel. This decision brings her back into Mickey's orbit, not just as a co-parent, but as his partner in the most important case of his life. Their old bond is rekindled in the fire of the trial, hinting at a future that seemed lost. The trial begins, and death row Dana Berg is relentless. She parades a string of witnesses, including Lisa Trammell, to paint Mickey as a man driven by greed and capable of violence. But Mickey, with Maggie right there with him, starts dismantling the prosecution's case piece by piece. They even use forensic animation to expose flaws in the state's evidence. But they still don't have a smoking gun, the one thing that will definitively prove the frame-up. The real checkmate doesn't come from a dramatic courtroom confession, but from an unexpected player, the FBI. It turns out the feds were already running a long-term investigation into the BioGreen subsidy fraud. They knew all along that Mickey was innocent, but let the murder prosecution go forward to protect their own secret case, basically using Mickey as bait. When the FBI realizes Mickey's team has figured this out, they offer to help, but only on their terms. This is where Mickey's brilliance really shines. Instead of taking a weak deal, his team engineers a masterful bluff. They let the FBI think they are about to put their star witness, Janine Farino, on the stand. This would blow the lid off the FBI's entire multi-year investigation in open court. Faced with public humiliation and the destruction of their case, the FBI is forced into a corner. They go to the district attorney's office and reveal that the state's star case is tainted by a massive federal scandal. Death Row Dana has no choice. The charges against Mickey Haller are dropped. He didn't just find a loophole, he negotiated his own exoneration by creating a crisis that left the prosecution with no move to make. Mickey Haller is a free man. He walked into court a convicted murderer in the eyes of the public and walked out completely exonerated. He beat a system that was rigged against him from the start. But this is the Lincoln Lawyer, and victory is never that clean. The final scene delivers a shocking reminder that every action has a consequence. While shopping in a grocery store, Mickey is cornered by assassins sent by the Armenian mob to avenge Alex Gazarian's death. Just as they're about to strike, a mysterious woman intervenes, expertly taking down the attackers and saving Mickey's life. As police and feds swarm the scene, an FBI agent confirms they had been tailing Mickey for his own protection. But the biggest bombshell is the identity of his savior. The woman is revealed to be his secret half-sister, another product of his father's complicated life. Mickey may have won his freedom and cleared his name, but by taking down a powerful figure like Gazarian, he's only traded one prison for another. He is now a permanent target. Mickey may have won his freedom, but has he just started a new war? Let me know your theories for Season 5 in the comments below, and if you want more breakdowns of your favorite shows, make sure to subscribe.